Hey. Welcome back to the show. Where you at? I'm your number one host, Will J. Bailey. It didn't take any particular things to help me to see or want to learn what you needed in life to succeed. It didn't burden me to be or become what you needed, so I didn't hesitate to offer you what you didn't have for yourselves. I gave you me. I shared the conversations filled with substance that helped you find your way in life. When you fell short, I gave you me. I helped you dream and set the ways to reach them. I showed you a version of your future self through my eyes in hope that you would remember those options of choice. I gave you a version of a hero, someone that led the way, blueprints for you to follow. I pointed you in the direction to go to achieve what you wish for in life. I supported you in those choices. I was your greatest fan because I showed up for you every time. I gave you me. You shared my reputation I had built for myself, and it benefited you in many ways. I let you stand on my shoulders so that you could reach your goals. I gave you patience like a parent does, forgiveness like a God would. Someone to look up to and know for yourself that I cherished you just for being you. A sibling. I spoke life into you, shared knowledge and wisdom, shared tools and resources that I had unconditionally. When you misused them, at times I had to take them back for salvageable sake. I oftentimes allowed you to use them again somewhere down the line. I shared my ration with you and your issues, problems, or concerns. I protected you, provided for you, reminded you of your importance to me. I loved you most when I held you accountable, etc. I stayed honest with you always. You didn't reciprocate what I gave to you, and still I gave you me. I didn't charge it to your heart how you turned on me and never came to my defense. I continued to give you me. I understood what some of your personal challenges were. You expected me to accept them without reciprocation. I watched you give the things that mattered most to me to others without question. Yet you struggled to offer them to me. You chose others over me and above me, and I still gave you me. First, I built the boundaries. You didn't change. Then I built the distance. You didn't change. Then I finally cut you off, and you still didn't change. I left you with memories, and my absence is the reminder of who I was. You didn't reciprocate what I gave you. I gave you me. I gave you love. Big Brothers often includes intentional emotional neglect, unreciprocated giving, or unacknowledged contributions. In many families, older siblings are often expected to be the bigger person in all situations and dealings with the younger siblings, leading to feelings of invisibility, inequality, biased treatment, and resentment. Reciprocated giving is checking up, sending gifts, offering help, or making sacrifices without being thanked, acknowledged, or reciprocated. Emotional invalidation, family members dismissing feelings or needs, making it harder to express gratitude. Over reliance without reciprocity, being the one who resolves problems or provides comfort, but never receiving the same in return. Generational gaps. Younger siblings or parents may naturally expect not to have to express thanks or show appreciation and gratitude. You consistently give help or gifts, but rarely hear thank you from the intended recipients. You feel ignored or dismissed when you share your own needs or feelings. You notice others in the family are more likely to be acknowledged than you are when it comes to emotions. Emotional neglect is tricky because it's about what's missing: support, validation, real connection, not just obvious bad behavior. People can spend years confused, not realizing that their emotional needs are being ignored by those who should care the most. Worse off yet, that your emotions are being taken advantage of and used as a manipulative tactics to suppress you. Every family has flaws, but when emotional unavailability becomes the norm, it's a sign of something deeper. That hollow feeling creeps in, the same one you felt too many times when you've tried to share something important. Emotional invalidation comes in different forms, however. Sometimes they contradict you. You shouldn't feel that way, they say. Other times, they minimize. It's not worth you getting all upset like that. Or they compare. Other people have real problems. They don't act like that. The message, no matter how it's delivered, is always the same. Your feelings don't matter. When your siblings keep dismissing your emotions, you start doubting your own reactions. You might even stop sharing altogether, building a wall to protect yourself, but ending up more isolated. Siblings who vanish when you're struggling create a one-way street. They're too busy for your tough times, but expect you to drop everything when they need your help. Sometimes they're physically there, but mentally checked out, changing the subject, offering empty platitudes, or getting awkward when you show real emotion. Instead of comfort, you're left feeling even lonelier. Some siblings focus on your mistakes and overlook your achievements intentionally. They remember your failures in great detail, but forget all your awesome successes. Feedback is all about what you could have done better, rarely about what you did extremely well. Sometimes to the point that they look for any flaws or failures just to satisfy their own perception. Growing up in this kind of environment, you might become a perfectionist, hoping that if you just do enough, they'll finally approve. But it's never really about your performance. It's about their inability to recognize and celebrate you, their intentionality in misunderstanding and overlooking you. You may have stopped sharing your good news to avoid disappointment, knowing it would go unnoticed or get overshadowed by criticism. Emotionally neglectful families cross boundaries in all sorts of ways. Sometimes it's physical, coming to your house unannounced, or sharing your secrets, or prying into your business. Emotional boundaries get ignored too, with family members dumping their problems on you or demanding more than they give you. These behaviors send a clear message. Their wants matter more than your comfort. If you protest, you're labeled difficult, secretive, or selfish. It's enough to make you feel guilty for even wanting boundaries. A lot of adults from these family backgrounds struggle to set limits in other relationships too. If your family treated boundaries like an attack, you never got to learn how to protect your space. Noticing this is a big step toward building confidence and setting healthy limits. Your family lights up talking about your siblings' simple accomplishments. When you mention something you've accomplished of a much greater value that went unmentioned, you get a quick nod and then the conversation moves on. It's like everyone downplays your accomplishments because you're more successful. If you grew up with love as a reward, you might find yourself people pleasing, worrying about being abandoned, or struggling to trust that relationships can survive disagreements. After a family argument, tension hangs in the air, but instead of talking about it, everyone acts like nothing happened. Later, if you try to bring it up, you hear, "Why are you bringing up ancient history? Just move on." Conflict avoidance means big issues never get resolved. Family members might dodge tough topics, make jokes to deflect, or just refuse to admit there's a problem. The rule becomes don't talk about certain things ever. And family business stays family business. You end up bottling feelings inside, learning that honesty goes nowhere. Problems pile up under the surface, making relationships feel distant. Recognizing patterns of emotional neglect is the first step toward healing. It doesn't mean you're doomed to permanent emotional damage. You can't rewrite the past or force family members to change. Still, you can shape a future with healthier relationships. Many people find healing by connecting with others who offer the emotional compatibility they missed growing up. Supportive friends, partners, mentors, or even a good therapist can help create new experiences that start to shift your beliefs about relationships. Setting boundaries with family members, siblings in particular, who keep repeating neglectful patterns, protects your well-being. You don't always need to cut them off completely. Sometimes limited contact with clear expectations works better than trying to fix everything. Emotional neglect says more about your family's limitation than your own worth. But what about the skills your family didn't teach you? You can still learn them, no matter your age. With some self compassion and the right support, you really can break old patterns. It's possible to build the emotional richness you deserve, even if it takes some time. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. And remember to subscribe and leave your comments if you can relate to anything in this story. Also, leave a comment at wheelwhereyouat gmail.com. We'd love to engage with you and go over some possible tactics and some possible connections that may be useful and beneficial to you. I'm your number one host, Will J. Bailey. With 2 is not a winner, and 3, y'all know the rest. Yes, indeedy, Mose. Peace. God bless you.